Hey, what's going on YouTube? James from J Kramer Fitness, protein review guy. Today we are doing a special request and we are going to be taking an unbiased look at Mutant Iso Surge Whey Isolate. We're here to help you make an informed choice when it comes to your protein powder. We're going to cover all the important details with Iso Surge Mutant protein, from third-party testing to whether this protein powder is an amino spike, likely is, whether one scoop of Iso Surge protein is enough post-workout. It isn't. How Iso Surge compares to Off Nutrition Gold Standard, Dymatize ISO 100, and then of course finally a third comparison, taking a look to a certified non-amino spike protein powder. Stick around if you're serious about choosing the best protein powder for your gains. Now, you might be wondering, is Iso Surge third-party tested? Transparency is key when it comes to protein supplements. After doing some research, it appears that Mutant claims to test random batches for their true protein levels, but here's the catch. They don't clearly state who is doing the testing. On a container, you will see 4 badges, and then of course the first one saying true protein tested. And when you look at the small detail fine print, samples from various lots of Mutant Iso Surge are randomly tested for true bound protein levels. Got in contact with Mutant customer service. I had a handful of questions, and of course one of them is who does the third-party testing for their true protein levels. That was last week. I have yet to hear from Mutant customer service. Mutant doesn't clearly state who does the testing. This lack of transparency is a red flag in my book, especially compared to other brands like Dymatize ISO 100 and Off Nutrition Gold Standard Whey. As a consumer, you have the right to know what is going into your body. Mutant Iso Surge recently underwent a container refresh. So this container here, this one, is an older label, and looking at the label here, there is no informed choice badge on there. The new containers now showcase informed choice badge, certification program that tests for legal and banned substances in the ingredient list. That means if you take a protein powder, it's free of banned substances. This is where things get a little interesting when you start examining Mutant Surge and amino spiking. Based on the nutrition facts and the ingredient list, there is a potential risk that Mutant Iso Surge may be potentially amino spiked. And I figured this out by examining their standard flavors, especially the chocolate, the standard chocolate, and vanilla. The reason why I feel that Iso Surge is amino spike is looking at the ingredient list, the 2 protein sources found in Iso Surge, and the low carbohydrate count. The low carbohydrate count could indicate amino spiking. This means you may not be getting the full benefits of intact proteins as claimed on their true protein testing. And I believe that this protein powder, Iso Surge, is filled with glutamine. If you do a controlled search on their website and the product description page, glutamine is listed 4 times, I believe. So I firmly believe this protein powder is amino spiked with glutamine. Now let's go ahead and talk about quality. Mutant Iso Surge falls short when compared to other reputable brands. It does offer 25 grams of protein, and then of course what is nice is that you do see 2.7 grams of leucine because the amino acid profile is printed on the container. However, there's some red flags. This protein powder uses digestive enzymes, which is kind of another red flag, because if you look at the 2 protein sources, which is an isolate and then a whey protein hydroslate, when you do any kind of further filtration of a protein powder like a hydrolyzed or hydroslate type of protein, that means that there is more lactose refined out from the protein powder. The amount of lactose in this protein powder and combined with digestive enzymes is kind of confusing in my book. Typically, hydroslates are already pre-digested and fast absorbing. So my question is, why would you add digestive enzymes unless the protein powder is of low quality or poorly filtered? I'm guessing that the hydroslate is whey concentrate based. Once again, it's odd that digestive enzymes are still used with a further filtered protein powder. And of course, like I was saying in the previous section, the low carb count raises some suspicions. we're going to go ahead and compare Mutant Iso Surge to Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard, which uses a balanced blend of isolate, concentrate, and hydrolyzed whey protein. Then our second comparison is against Dymatize ISO 100, which is mainly hydrolyzed whey protein isolate with some isolate. And then of course the third one comparison is against a certified non-amino spike AGN Roots, which is just simply a unflavored whey protein isolate. Mutant Whey versus Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard. In this battle, both protein powders claim a similar BCAA and leucine content, but the difference lies in the carbohydrates. Mutant Iso Surge only has 2 grams of carbs per serving, and this is with the triple chocolate flavor, while Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard has 4 grams. The extra carb content for Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard indicates more natural intact protein, giving you a better overall quality. As you can see, Optimum Nutrition offers a smaller serving size at 31 grams, smaller amount of protein, just 1 gram less. But however, the calories are the same, the BCAA contents are very similar, leucine percent is similar. However, when you start looking at the carbohydrate count for the triple chocolate versus the nutrition vanilla ice cream, 2 versus 4, you may not think a whole lot about that, but you will start questioning the carb count when you start examining to a further filtered hydrolyzed protein. ISO 100 has a slightly more carb per serving, 2 grams versus 1 gram in Mutant Iso Surge, but this signals less potential for amino spiking for ISO 100 because of the fact that we already know that ISO 100 is predominantly a hydrolyzed whey protein isolate. You already know, and then some mixed in with some trace amounts of isolate. So the 2 grams for ISO 100 makes sense. However, when you compare Mutant Iso against Dymatize ISO 100, you start having a compare and contrast, like what's going on with Mutant Iso Surge. Dymatize ISO 100 provides more transparency about its ingredients, testing, making it a safer, more higher quality choice when compared to Mutant Iso Surge. When you have only less than 1 gram of carbohydrate, especially with the sugars in Iso Surge, and you compare that to Dymatize ISO 100, why is the carb count less in Iso Surge, which is very confusing. And then finally, my third comparison here, Iso Surge versus AGN Roots. You start seeing a significant difference when comparing Iso Surge to AGN Roots, which is a certified non-amino spike by Informed Protein. AGN Roots has more leucine and BCAAs per serving, and is also a grass-fed whey, and that's the reason why you see a higher leucine count. And it's a higher quality because you can trace and source where the protein powder is from. When you start examining the table that I've compiled, once again, you look at the serving size. AGN Roots 29 grams versus Iso Surge 31 grams. So we have an unflavored protein that offers a smaller serving size to a standard vanilla flavors. It's heavier by 2 grams. But then again, you start examining, okay, so it's heavier because it's flavored. That means that it has more ingredients, but then you start examining, okay, total carbohydrate counts are exactly the same. That shouldn't make any sense because the Iso Surge should actually have more carbohydrate. Those are my 3 reasons why I firmly believe that Iso Surge is predominantly, most likely, amino spike. Let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon opinions. Right now, at the time of this filming, Mutant Iso Surge has 4.5 out of 5 stars based off of 800 reviews on Amazon. Some customers rave about the easy mixability and taste, especially with flavors like triple chocolate, peanut butter chocolate. However, there are some concerns about the product being overly sweet and then slightly artificial tasting because of the fact this protein powder does have stevia in it. Several buyers mentioned that the product didn't mix as well as they expected for the price point, especially compared to other more nationally recognized brand name. Let's go ahead and take a look how many scoops you should be taking post-workout for Mutant Iso Surge. Research suggests that you should be aiming for at least 25 grams of protein with up to 3 grams of leucine. This is what we know with Iso Surge. 25 grams of protein with 2.7 grams of leucine per serving. With water, you should be taking 1 giant heaping scoop. I would highly encourage that you use high protein skim milk because I firmly believe this protein product is amino spike. High protein skim milk offers 13 grams of protein with 1.3 grams of leucine. We don't know how much glutamine is in Iso Surge, so I would imagine The 13 grams with the 25 grams should be enough to offset the amino spiking, so fingers crossed. All right, with that shared, let's go ahead and build ourselves an ISO Surge shake. Directions as follows. Nice, easy, simple. Mix 1 serving with 5 to 6 fluid ounces of cold water or milk. Your Choice Farm shaker cup, and go 1.5 scoops. What do I have in here? I have 8 fluid ounces of water, so normal scoop going in. And then a halvesy. That looks like a half, right? Cell, top, let's lock her up, shake. All right, before going any further, we're at the halfway point of this review. Please give a like if you did find this content helpful and make you become a more informed buyer, and then subscribe because I do weekly protein powder reviews. I'm always taking special requests. With this protein powder here, ISO Surge, this is how it looks post-work shaking here. I gave this, I believe, a 9 out of 10 score, so pretty high. With these aminos, supposedly, most likely amino spike protein, you're not going to be having any kind of major clumping issue at all. And then looking at the bottom of the shaker top, no issues whatsoever. And then of course, we're going to go ahead and do our triple chocolate taste test. I do have to share with you that this protein powder does have potential choking hazard. There's chocolate chip bits in this one. All right, taste test time. Cheers. So depending on your taste buds, I'm very sensitive to stevia, but I do not taste a stevia aftertaste, which is highly medicinal. I do believe that Mutant hit a home run with the flavoring profile in this. When you open up the container, you smell the chocolate. It's very similar to like chocolate powdered milk. However, the triple chocolate taste, there is a taste of a milk chocolate or a smell of a milk chocolate, and then a malty dark chocolate taste to it. The third chocolate flavor comes from the chocolate chips. However, if I slam this down here, as you can see at the bottom here, chocolate chips. You know, I always think that chocolate chips are a nice touch, but the reality is, like, you're not gonna, they always end up being at the bottom. And so of course, they become an annoyance when you try to wash your container. So let's get into the pros and cons. And so let's go ahead and start with the pros. Tastes great, mixes great. And then of course, if you're into that low carb lifestyle and you don't care about protein quality and you want something that fits your diet, hey, the standard base flavors, vanilla and chocolate, only come in with at least, or at most, 1 gram of carbohydrate. So if you're someone who's trying to hit your protein goal for the day, when you're low carb in Atkins, whatever you want to do, what you want to call it, it's a low carb option with specific diets. Here are the cons. There's a litany of them. I firmly believe that this protein powder is amino spiked, so you're getting a lower quality protein powder. There is no clear third-party verification or testing. I still don't know who's doing the testing for a Mutant Iso Surge or a Mutant protein in general. Very questionable customer service. I sent them an email last week, still have not heard a reply. Transparency issues up the wazoo. Mutant claims that the protein powder is as listed, transparent label. Once again though, I firmly believe that this thing is amino spike with glutamine. And then of course, questionable nutrition facts, because that was one of my questions. Who's doing the third-party certification for your nutrition facts? And then of course, this baby is more expensive than ISO 100 and then on Gold Standard, depending on where you purchase it. If you do buy it, I purchased mine directly through Amazon, but I believe it is $5 or $10 cheaper. Op Nutrition Gold Standard is a better purchase. If you're someone who can't deal with the lactose in that one, and you want something that digests a little bit cleaner, a little bit faster, Dymatize ISO 100 is mostly a hydrolyzed whey protein isolate. Or if you want something a lot cleaner with a minimal ingredient profile, I highly encourage AGN Roots as one of the best protein powders that I've reviewed in 24. Who should be purchasing Mutant Iso Surge? If your main priority is flavor and you're on a low carb diet and you want something convenient that mixes great, Mutant Iso Surge should most definitely be an attractive option and should be on your list. It offers a variety of flavors like triple chocolate, vanilla ice cream. Many of the individuals on Amazon shared they enjoyed the flavoring. This product could fit in your routine if you prefer a sweet shake or prioritize a nice, easy, mixable experience post-workout. Is Mutant Whey good? Mutant Iso Surge protein powder falls short compared to other reputable protein brands. While Mutant Whey may appeal to some users with its low carb content and variety of flavors, the protein quality most definitely could be better. The low carbohydrate content indicates amino spiking, where cheap amino acids, in this case I firmly believe it's glutamine, being used to inflate the protein count without providing the full benefits of intact protein powders. Mutant Whey Iso does not stand up. If you're looking for a protein powder that prioritizes transparency, quality, proven effectiveness, Iso Surge, get it out. You don't want that. The lack of third-party testing and the potential amino spiking raises concerns about the true value that you are receiving with this product. However, for those prioritizing quality over flavor, it's worth considering alternatives with proven track records that are more reputable. With the review roundup of Iso Surge, after thoroughly comparing Mutant Iso Surge to industry-leading products, the results are clear. Mutant Iso Surge is likely an amino spike protein, raising serious concerns about its protein integrity. While it boasts an impressive flavor profile and is marketed as a fast-digesting protein, fast-digesting post-workout supplement, the low carbohydrate content paired with the lack of transparency around amino acid profile and the ingredient list and the nutrition facts suggests that this product may not deliver the full protein benefits it claims. I would look elsewhere if you're serious about getting the most from your protein supplement regarding quality and effectiveness. Mutant Iso Surge has raised concerns about potential amino spiking and label transparency. Ultimately, for users who care about getting the most out of their protein powder in terms of muscle growth and recovery, Mutant Iso Surge does not offer the same confidence as any of the 3 protein powders that I have reviewed or provided comparison to today. You're better off investing in a more reliable protein supplement, especially at the excessive amount Iso Surge charges. All right, another one in the books. What are your thoughts? Are you a Mutant Iso Surge user? Do you think I am wrong on my protein review? Let's talk it out in the comments below. I'm interested in what you have to say about my review. With that shared, I'm always leaving the door open for protein powder reviews that I have not done yet. If you have a protein powder review, leave a comment below. I'll put it on my list and I'll get to it. With that shared, thanks for watching. Make it a great day.